afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to a 2 versus 2. Yes, indeed, a 2 versus 2 on a Semwoski. We shall be watching Dots and Medic here fighting for the United States of America, fighting for the 1st Armored Division, rolling ahead here with high speed, intent on breaking through the German lines. The Germans here with Reek and Sepharim here, fighting for Germany, for the Reich, with the 2nd SS Panzer Division holding up this vital junction as an infantry division is being moved up to occupy it. And dual Oberkommando West, we also know immediately mechanized has been chosen by Dots, and we also know immediately Medic has gone for the armored, calling into assault engineers. For Reek, we are seeing Scavenge, elite armored, and fortifications, with Sepharim having breakthrough Luftwaffe and Scavenge as well. Although it looks like he might be AFK here, a bit unfortunate. I know Sturmpioneers bring up Volkskreuzer having as well, field point they're already secured. Wehrmacht-Schlepper setting up there, and we're noting immediately one Dodge truck arriving and rifle quickly popping in as well. Yeehaw! And setting off there. Noting by the 2 rear echelon units up for Dots. Less so here for his teammate Medic, whose assault engineers are moving up here for the center road, while the Dodge truck there charges ahead. You're moving up the left side here, and looks like Sepharim finally getting a bit underway here. Good, finally. And we're seeing a very early fighting position going up here for Mr. Dots. Interesting. Setting up position in the cemetery, and setting up with rifle grenades. You know, Jack, yeah, you don't think this might be a bad idea? What? Digging a hole in the cemetery and placing ourselves in it? Nah, you're just superstitious, Bob. Anyways, moving ahead, here's Sturmpioneers coming in to find immediately here from the 50 kilometer mounted on top. Forces slowly moving up here for Reek. Riflemen and assault engineers moving up here. Assault engineers, though, might do a bit better trying to sneak up on the opponent and then firing off their grease guns there. The grease guns in attempt basically making it cheaper to make submachine gun than the Thompson, though they fire the same 45 caliber round, which was still quite impressive for a submachine gun. Noting a mechanized regiment. In fact, both players here going for a mechanized regiment off the bat here early on. No battle group headquarters. A 2nd Dodge truck there arriving for Dots. Looks like he likes his trucks. And there we go, rolling after the Sturmpioneers there. And lots of 50 caliber fire there, ranking after the Sturmpioneers. The Sturmpioneers trying to retreat through the ditch, trying to expose the amount of fire they can take before making a full retreat. And there we go. Striking in there with full fury and force.
We're losing a capture point.
A bit limited with what he can at the moment sort of master against me. He's only got a few Volkskreuzer, and the Dodge trucks could tear through that in particular, with a bunch of riflemen in one of the trucks. Meanwhile, we do see continued efforts up here by Sepharim. Right hand side, the other one we secure by Medic, but right here striking against the Volkskreuzer and taking quite a bit of damage out on them. Volkskreuzer does have nothing to sort of really get any damage to close, and at the same time striking out here. All of his forces on the run now. The trucks striking viciously and striking hard, and then meanwhile finding engaged. Rapidly catching troops here on the road, but they themselves also in the middle of the Sturmpioneers making work of them there. And meanwhile, we also got rifle grenades flying through the end. Oh, there we go, nice hit there. At the same time, a 50 caliber machine gun position going up here. Another rifle grenade there after the Sturmpioneers. Quick retreat there, and a quick grenade there, almost wiping out the rear on troops. Meanwhile, and there we go, gets the trucks rocket straight through the engine block. And there you go, veterans you want for the rear echelon units, although they are not looking too good at the moment. Truck there charging through things, rifle grenade damaging it a bit. In fact, we have seen here the Sepharim forced to conduct a full retreat. Germans being thrown back here by the early mechanized efforts of the 1st Armored. There we go, a Ketten there for also cleared out. Doing a lot of damage here already, closing in on veterans 1. These gentlemen, though, should pull back and reinforce. Maybe get some other rear echelon units in to sort of occupy in the meanwhile. Looks like he's trying to make a move there, but there we go. Flak emplacement opening up the anti-Amerikaner.
All sectors, ability now ready.
Slowly pulling away, slowly pulling away. Assault units moving up. They so far haven't really done much. They haven't really been able to counter any of the enemies up close. Probably that fact due to the fact that Sepharim wasn't there. Again, most of the efforts then happen over there on the more open territory. Now the assault units are moving up there. They themselves quickly getting caught out. And there will be a lot of false gunners with their counter TKs. And the assault units not doing well. There we go! Steel hand grenade quickly ending the lives of a few more GIs. Not looking good here. Forces need to pull back for reinforcement, repair, and whatnot. And the same here, and well, so far most of them have already been interred, more or less. And there you go. Dodge truck went up in flames. Was not pulled away in time. Looks like a kid in there. Might have done the truck or something. So there we go. Quick to salvage there, Sepharim. On the job. Another schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper troops reinforcing. Need to get moving there. Mach schnell. There we go. He's repairing, or either that, or digging a hole to sort of stuff them into, so he doesn't have to share pit with them. Rifle grenades going off there, but doesn't work much there versus the rifle grenade, or the rocket. And there we go! Grenade clears out the last man. Now they're all dead in the fighting position. There's just a machine gun, and soon he'll be joining them as well, as soon as that gets blown up. And there we go! Dead! Yeah. Meanwhile, we do see that medics are checked out, in fact, popping over here to him, and also noting the same with Dots. Both have gone for lieutenants, and aircraft half-tech here on the way for medic. And there you go, flanking with the lieutenant quite nicely. We are seeing here that Mr. Reek is forced to fall back. Meanwhile, efforts also being made up here. And we're seeing another fighting position. There's also quite a few tank chaps with a barbed wire here. Medics seemingly very intent on digging in around here, keeping the fascist off the munitions and maybe the victory point. Slow advance, and there we go. We do see some folks going for a attempt here for the future harass. Bold, bold. And scavenge seems to have been chosen here by Sepharim. Jaeger Light Infantry has arrived to appear behind enemy lines. And looks like bazookas have been researched as well here by medic, increasing his anti-tank fire. And there we go, the anti-tank arrives. Just be careful, there's like if it moves up there, it could go down. And the lieutenant's not really having a fun day either. He's still alive though, but most of his men aren't. They are quite the opposite. Dead. And there you go, a German flak half-track arrives here. It's anti-aircraft tech versus the flak half-track. Who shall be the winner? And there you go, Lieutenant shouting straight into the Jaeger infantry. He might want to use cover. That was probably not the most well-executed assault there. And the Jaegers are making short work here of the Amerikaner. Shoot, Friedrich, shoot! Don't have to wait until you see the fight in their eyes. Just shoot. And there you go, Puma breaking through half-track, setting up as well slowly. Needs to, no, don't move that far ahead, don't move that far ahead, Dieter. And there we go, point blank, vicious barrage. Hank vanished there in a fountain of blood. Well, bloody pulp. Rifle holding up here behind some craters in the ditches and are quickly suffering here to the wrath of the flak half-track, because they get caught out on the road. Casualties mounting, and there you go, the Puma make a strike here for the fighting position. The rear echelon troops realise they don't want to be buried, or at least have a chance. They go popping smoke, but Sugas though couldn't get it. Interesting enough, he does not try for a rifle grenade. He actually was there in proximity of it, and that, by sheer chance, that allows the Puma to escape. And don't forget, the anti-tank rifle grenade can actually now home in on target compared to previously, which makes it a much, much better choice for actually sort of dealing with Pumas. And there you go, flak half-track rolling up. Needs to be careful he doesn't get too close, remember, they're bazookas. Dietrich.
Boys, you ready to roll out?
But there he goes, securing points. He's got some Jaegers up. He could sort of set up some booby traps here, but now the Germans are striking back. Half-track setting up positions here, flanking around. Gutes Arbeit, gutes Arbeit. And of course can deal here with a fighting position as well. Americans still continue to maintain a position. He's actually built a new fighting position with more rifle grenadiers, or well, more rifle grenades. I mean, it's not an all too bad position to sort of support things here, and the rifle grenades can fly around here, so that can be sort of hold the enemy a bit at bay there. But of course, on its own, it's not that strong, so that's something you have to keep in mind. It's not something that can ensemble and something support. And I mean, he actually should have someone lay up a demo charge here from the engineers to actually clear out that building, so they can't lay down arcade methods, so that way sorted out. Meanwhile, here coming under fire. Flak half-track setting up. Can the anti-aircraft escape? Lieutenant and friends there caught. The results are, well, not very pretty. But in this case, actually the fighting position, but we have 1 versus the Raketenwerfer. Rav gets it all right there. Puma moving in. And attack up. Fast track went down. The Raketenwerfer looks like got off the shot. 7 kills there. Onto flat half track. Puma pushing forwards. A lack of anti-tank weapons there. Quickly repairing. Maintaining the position in the cemetery. You know, Hank, yes, isn't this a bad idea? You know, already someone got killed in the exact same position. Nah, you're just superstitious, Jerry. Anyways, more troops moving up here, trying to... Ooh, 50 cavalry set up nice, sort of predicted as an assault except if it came from there, so he must be expecting to hit there. By the way, nice sprint here, nice sprint! Nice sprint there. So few people actually used to sprint on the Jaegers, but not Sepharim there. Well handled, but over to Reek here. No commander yet. 3 Volkers, 1 Storm Pioneer unit, 1 Raketenwerfer, and of course the flat half track. There's 11 kills. And smoke. Even. Immediately setting up then on the riflemen on the other side of the river. Making short work of the vast majority of them. Looks like both American players have gone for bazookas to sort of help deal with the light meat. It's not a bad idea per se. That is a bit rare to see. And of course, as usual, it's a bit unguarded versus anything well heavier than a guy in overalls. We actually need to go away there. Black half track continues up here in distance with something spotting for it. The troops here can't get close. I mean, he does provide quite a bit of suppression at longer range compared to any other unit. Troops are being held down the 50 caliber, doing quite a good job there. Jaeger infantry about to flank about. It's the name of the Reich. The old troops reinforcing. More Storm Pioneers arriving for Reek. And we're also sending his schwere Panzercorps up, so we could see some overstar from him. That would not be a bad idea. Lieutenant here in a very bad spot, and there we go, retreating rapidly and noting a fuel cache down here in a bit of an exposed position considering the advances of the Germans. And another vehicle here being salvaged. Good job there. Made good use of the salvage, and likely we'll get him some munitions as well to aid things. There's still no sign of commander here for Reek. Jaeger line infantry here caught in a bad position. 50 caliber to sort of impede on the retreat path. Rifleman as well. That could have maybe been executed a bit better. Flak half track Puma working together with the units moving up to support them. Good, about time. Territory swiftly shifting. Counterattack him, we all noting 1 major up there. Again, the assault units sadly haven't really been able to do much in this fight so far. A bit unfortunate for Medic there. And roughly being pinned down by the flak half track, the Kino advance much farther. But we do see here that Reek is not taking any chances, in fact pulling it back. And there you go, armor has arrived. The great MX Scott there. Almost striking here, 50 cal being overwhelmed. Riflemen also soon to be overwhelmed. And got the Jaeger infantry still holding up, in fact, dealing with a few bunch of riflemen there. Though they are themselves remaining out in the open, and poor Franz there slips into the water. Or his corpse does. There you go, large infantry advance in front of the flak half track. That should not work very well out for the Americans there. Not on such a short... There you go, the bazookas going off. Somehow they managed to go, but they've got quick concealment smoke. Scott moving out, and that Canyon got 6 kills there. Gott im Himmel. Really nice right then in the end. The flak half track also provides cover there for the retreating infantrymen there. Good, good. Good. Personally, I would have rather expected another of the 251-17s to the one with the flak drilling, which basically had 3 aircraft machine guns sort of set up for some nasty work. More or less same caliber though. Just, you know, more shooting power. Anyways, we're up and attacking there. Bit of a forced up assault. 50 caliber, a bit exposed, and there we go, cleared up. Not a lot of grenades there. From Sepharim. 50 caliber quick recruit, looks like they might escape, then again, might not, maybe not. Lieutenant should have gotten in the way though, so we're going to get close there with his Thompson, another 50 caliber. And there go one Volker squad one up there for Sepharim. A tragic loss for the Reich. Still no commander though for Reek. Still no commander choice. Puma advancing again. Flak half-track needs some repairs. He could pull it back here for them. As a small thought, the Americans are now striking back a bit harder, but they might have slightly extended at times, which has allowed at least Sepharim to sort of mount a solid counterattack and strike back.
Ready to execute.
Obersoldaten on the way. And time here to pop out to Sepharim. There's 2 Jäger infantry units, some Volksgrenadiers, and a few Sturm Pioneers as well.
Ready for battle. Counterattacks.
And what do we have over here? An ambulance. And there you go, Sherman joining in. Clearing up the fuel cache here. A bit unfortunate for the Americans. Artillery going in there. Sherman. Oh, there we go, nice hit. And there you go, another nice hit from Sherman. Puma and Dyer straight, popping smoke in a rapid retreat maneuver. Meanwhile, we do see here that Reek is advancing up through the center. Flak half-track finally repaired. And now that the heavier stuff is arriving, the Germans could be in a bit of trouble, since they do not have a lot to sort of really put a stop to it or even halt it for any longer period of time. And there you go, the Volksgrenadiers here getting absolutely punished. Losses continue to pile in. Flak half-track taking it to the cemetery and setting up in the same spot where so many have died. Do not worry, Fritz. We are above ground. We won't die, I think. Right. Oh, Doxy out extending some riflemen. Quick loss there. Left side now seems to be largely forgotten, but most of the fighting really has gone around here. They're due to a larger extent to the Americans all taking up the defense is drawing in more forces towards that spot. It seems like here Medic is floating an awful lot of manpower. He might want to look into that, maybe get some caches up to further help things or get some more infantry out.
105mm.
Artillery available. Jaegers continue to hold up. In fact, he's got 3 Jaeger units here. Lieutenant having a trouble there despite the help from the riflemen. Scott moving up. Fulton's been caught. Striking from several angles. German leading up the centre advance. But this has definitely already paid itself off to a certain extent. And there goes Sherman striking, catching the German force here in the rear. Orbital down here by Kenmouth, the nearby building proves to be quite the foil, forcing the Sherman back. The question is for how long, since we all got the MH Scott bombarding the building, though. Puma moves in. Flak half-track veterancy too, which does make it a bit more swift in many regards. There we go, nice hit there though. At the same time, within range of the Puma, needs to go away. Pop smoke. The MH Scott can pop smoke as well, and he did not. Looks like some artillery strike going in on the German position. Puma popping smoke going away, but it happens to pull through the artillery strike there. Looks like, oh, got stunned. It looks like it will survive, though that was one hell of a close shave right there. We're noting another Sherman there while the first one's being repaired by its victorious cruise. And the Oberson here is really doing short work of the Americans with their MG-34. German force moving in, and the soldiers still aren't managing much. There's a Brown there behind, by the way, left behind. Might want to grab that. Dual 50 calibers here. Sherman moving up. Overall, the Americans seem to sort of try to push here and there, sort of finding the weak spot and then breaking through there, while the Germans seem a bit more focused to a certain extent. But at the moment, Reek here feels a bit on the back foot. And there's a branding automatic there amongst all the corpses, if they can be bothered to pick through the blood and the bits of Hank. There we go. Orbzan seem to snug off with that. And a 105mm bulldozer up there for Medic. That should certainly provide some heavier firepower versus the infantry. Looks like Sepharim's actually getting a Yak Panzer IV. A choice I would not personally recommend, but there you go. Salvaging there.
Jagd Panzer, ready for action.
.50 caliber firing away. Point there being secured. And generally, 105mm Shermans were generally a part of a Sherman tank battalion. It usually be 2. Around sort of provide heavier support, that the Americans occasionally sort of shifting into units to sort of more organise them. But essentially they serve sort of the same purpose as the 105mm Stu 42, blowing up more fortified positions and the likes. Shermans advancing, making good progress. But Kenmouth are cleared out, was going to get a sticky spot. Got the Panzer IV moving in with a Puma in support. The V, by the way, standing here on the Panzer IV-7 TV, standing for Volmark. There was, in fact, also a second version, the A, which was made by Alkit, which was considerably more bulky and had thus a much larger profile. And that was overall a little less effective in some regards. That one was primarily just basically used to sort of replace tanks when they couldn't actually get any tanks. But there you go. Next headquarters down. Panzer wasn't achieving much. Sherman here needs to be careful. The Underketten taking a bit too much damage. Meanwhile, the other two are falling back. Noting, by the way, no anti-tank activity for the Americans. That could maybe help a bit on Jackson. And looks, oh, he actually went for elite armor. We are seeing two Panzer IVs there running for Reek. Over to Dots. Falling back in the face of the Panzerkampfwagen. One already veteran 2, the other one not quite. Veteran 1 even. Another Scot there on the way. And there you go, upgraded with armored skirts, 80 munitions. Striking its way towards the American lines. Be careful not to split them out too much. Quick to repair, and there you go, bazookas firing, but not all penetrating the armor of the Panzer IV. Now you can see to be careful in front of all these Panzer IVs. There you go, another one veteran 2-1, and this one closing on a veteran 2. And then looks like it crushed a few there. Infantry losses for Dots. There you go, looks like that was what was intended either way. Scott opening up things to penetrate Yak Panzer IV advances. Another shot failed to penetrate, Sherman's advancing. And we got one on front here just blasting away at the Storm Pioneers and other infantry units closing in on veteran 1 there. Flak half-track continues to fire away as well. And there you go, one Sherman here, rather heavy fire from the Panzer IVs and the Yak Panzer IV. And there you go, veteran 2 here on the Panzer IV. Increasing accuracy on its gun. Oh dear, the Panzer IV without the skirts. Got knocked out, kaput. And the nasty strike down the flak half-track needs to get away, And there you go, popping smoke. But fires into the smoke with no hesitation and knocking it out. A bit too slow to go. And there you go, Yak Panzer IV opening up and there's Scott which needs to get away. Puma opens up. And there we go, Yak Panzer IV squad to kill. And we're actually seeing heat rounds up there, which I believe increases damage and penetration. Out of the way, makes it more nasty. Less enemy armor. Nice hit on the rifleman. Sherman moving up. The Americans need to consider getting some tank destroyers. I mean, one's gone for armor, so they can get some Wolverines. Or they could just save up for Jacksons. Either way, they should definitely consider getting that to help a bit. And there we go, we do see a Jackson on the way here for Dots. Sherman there continuing to deal with the infantry. Rear echelon troops inside the church are having a bit of a hard time. 50 cal doing what they can to hold back the German infantry. On the Panzer IVs getting some most needed repairs. It's enough, it doesn't seem like Dots actually made much use of his commander. Oh, there we go, quick assault on the 50 caliber. Doesn't quite succeed in getting it. And a quick artillery strike here.
We lost a gun crew.
Bad news there for the armies. Oh, nasty strike, they're almost wiping out the entire unit. Shermans are quickly being repaired while they wait for the Jackson. And there you go, one Jackson arriving here for medic. Panzer IV ready for fight again, and looks like artillery strike going in on the church with the orbital land with a Browning automatic in it. Wow. One strike there. And apparently they got a bit lucky weapons dropped out there, so let's hope the Americans can't get to it, otherwise the Germans might be in a bit of trouble. And another strike here. Wiping out another unit. There you go, two Jacksons. A few Germans of varying quality and caliber. Do note here that Dots is a bit low on units. Certainly things are going a bit more ugly now. The Germans are rallying a bit better, in particular with the arrival of the Panzer IV. So, well, the Panzer IV, the other one didn't manage to last long. another strike down. And there we go. Oh, the Jack Panther 4 might be misclicking, and there goes supposed to Reek, making things only easier, and the Jacks there makes short work of it. Not entirely sure why I can only get a misclick, and actually, time for the mid-game analysis. The Germans have managed to turn things around. They're having had a rather rough start. Now the Americans are the ones, and the ones with a bit of a nasty situation. They've lost a lot of men, a lot of equipment. The Germans are holding a lot of the map. They got more infantry, certainly more veteran infantry. They got armor, also more veteran armor, or in the case of the Panzer IV with upgrade, more armored armor, and also more veteran like Methods. Overall, they're holding a lot more of the map. They will then have a bit more resources with, at least munitions-wise. And certainly they can also add in some slightly more heavy infantry for sort of the longer run in the form of the Jäger infantry for one, and the Obersoldaten for the other. So there's a bit of a challenge here for the Americans. Over the two Jacksons, they might certainly be able to push the German armour out. But they need to replenish some of the infantry losses. They also need to get some more anti-tank guns. A bit of light artillery up would also be an idea. And maybe, just maybe, get some anti-tank guns if we can sort of take that away, because that might also help. In particular with the take aim, that could force the Germans sort of keep certainly further at bay if they can set it on the right place. So there are some things there to be considered for the Americans, but overall they should probably sort of focus immediately on sort of securing these parts of the area. They could sort of do something down here, but that's obviously sort of a minor effort, something to just draw more Germans away from the main centre of the fighting again here. If they can do that, they might sort of be able to sort of get back quickly, because the Germans certainly just lost a bit as well. Forces are running back. So that should be sort of overcomable, and there's also a Panzerschreck there for them to use, which would certainly only serve things further. I mean, maybe getting a half-sec would be a nice idea. I mean, it's surprising he hasn't bothered. They could certainly use it to reinforce in the field as well. And for medic, they might want to consider getting a few just Wolverine anti-tank destroyers, sort of help just a wee bit. And he's also filling a bit of manpower, so more infantry for him would also be an idea, just, you know, tagging up and getting some anti-tank guns. I mean, they need to begin spending that manpower. For the Germans, the situation is a bit different at the moment. Again, they sort of got more dominant position, but at the same time, Reek is a bit short on manpower. Well, men, he's got plenty of manpower, so more Obersoldaten would be an immediate idea. He's probably saving up for another set of Panzer IVs, another mechanized regiment headquarters. In fact, seems to be setting it up. Could be an idea then, sort of straight further towards that, getting more Panzer IVs. Of course, keeping this one alive, while at the same time doing some serious damage with it's going to be his priority. The more he can sort of manage to get out of this one, the better. I mean, the higher he can get veterancy, the better. I mean, once it's hit veterans 4, for example, it actually becomes a more powerful Panzer IV than the Wehrmacht, since it gains more range, and also gains another accuracy buff, which will certainly only make it better as well. So if we keep this going, that should be quite solid. And maybe launch some assaults here with a high explosive anti-tank rounds sort of in the right places. That could be useful maybe there versus Jacksons. Again, apparently it does make them cause more damage. But more Panzer IV sort of striking up and sort of now setting up for the defense again. They got more in the territory. So just trying to hold the territory for now might be an idea, with some players holding this and then sort of here, and then sort of working to be sort of able to coordinate things around them, maybe with an armoured reserve. For Sepharim, there's plenty of infantry, but he definitely should begin using, you know, again on the defensive, and use the booby traps to sort of, you know, emphasize that, forcing back the opponent's infantry and certainly making things a bit harder to sort of come back to. Otherwise, he could himself consider maybe getting a Panther to sort of add some armour of his own. Certainly would be more useful, I think, than a Jagd Panzer IV. Anyways, back to medic and back to the fight here. Also, in terms of damage, things are reasonably equal. Kill-wise, also largely equal. It's just medic who's a bit behind, really. So things are far from over here. Nice artillery strike going on here. Looks like the scavengers artillery barrels striking twice. 105 meters German moving forward here. Yeah, Obersoldaten needs to be careful, They're making a move here for the MG34. Now they got two MG44s, and they've got one hell of a strike. They're wiping out half the unit, but they manage to escape. They manage to escape, by the looks of it. Basically for this German. Panzerschreck going off, they're hitting the side. Puma moving forwards, needs to be careful around the Jackson. Oh, managed to actually jam the turret ring. Good job there. Those assault engineers really haven't amounted to much so far in this fight. Quite impressive. And the Kennefer continues to be quite the pain in the arse as well. Further advances here. Focus with Yegan, she's doing the best of things up, and there we go. Looks like an artillery going in there in return. Noting by where the Panzer was when upgraded with a Panzer officer, which also allows it to call in strike if that is what he fancies. Slowly pushing the way forward, since secured. Need to secure the western terrain there. And Germans need to strike back here towards it, or maybe here instead. Either way, they need to quickly get back into things before the Americans get too much time to dig in. Oh, close to getting the entire unit wiped out there. Another fighting position. He seems very interested in those fighting positions. Not that it's necessarily a bad idea, though in this case, I don't think it's going to cover that much. He's getting another Yak Panzer IV. Puma very close to Vetri 3. Another Obersoldat unit there for Reek. And so Reich. Larger force here. Follows it by with the Browning automatic. And there goes Sherman weight going to clear out the Raketenwerfer. Oh, the Raketenwerfer was forced away but not destroyed. Panzer IV card into these nit, but there you go at the same time takes a hit there from the Jackson. Already quite a bit of damage. Propelling Reek there to pull back his Panzer IV with the Sherman moving there. Centre's definitely getting cleared out here. Of Germans, that is. Having a very hard time leading the assault. We've got the Panzer IV, we've got a Raketenwerfer, but at the same time the infantry is a bit harder for those things to deal with, and the Panzer IV needs to get a bit closer. At the same time, we'll expose it to enemy fire from the Jacksons. Massive Jaeger counter-attack in the north. Wagner definitely need to get away. They are clearly outnumbered and outgunned. Not sure what those Sturmpanics are doing there for Reek. And wiped out there. Another Jackson on the way. More Jackson fire. The Americans seem to sort of slightly boxed down once more. Not keeping up the offensive, not keeping up the pressure. Allowing the Germans once more to regroup and sort of stall things, but there we go. Getting out some hits on the Yak Panzer IV. Yak Panzer IV though gets a shot back. Oh, there we go, another nice jam there of the turret traversal. Nasty work there, allowing the Puma to usually win versus the Sherman. Good job there again using abilities. Sepharim certainly seems to know how to use that. Also the rarer sprint ability on the Jaegers. Infantry advance into the village proper, ending in pain. But they need to sort of send more in here versus the Jaeger infantry. The infantry at the current state of what they're sending in is not going to do that. It's only going to feed the Jaegers more veterancy, which is the last thing the Americans actually want to do. Very close to victory here with the Panzer IV. And he is, by the looks of it, slowly closing in on another Panzer IV group. Took them long enough to get that Panzer effect, by the way. The veterans run finally for these assault units. It only took them quite a bit of while there. Another direct infantry assault hit, resulting in heavy losses. Getting off some good shots there on the Sherman. 31 killed, and there you go, Raketenwerfer cleared out. And an artillery strike going back on the Americans. 37 close to 40 there on the Sherman. 39. Infantry trying to flank about there. Two MD-34s in the orbital line. They're just making their way there like a group of Grim Reapers. Just tearing through the Americans. No mercy. Though in this case, quickly pushed back. There are too many explosions.
Crew, get ready.
Closing in on those Panzer IVs just a bit more. Head the infantry losses though for Mr. Reek here. Down to a couple of orders, and well, the folks gonna do this with the Browning automatic. What's this? A bit of air reconnaissance there by the United States Air Force. To figure out what the Krauts are up to. Troops once more rebuilding, regrouping.
They're ready. Send orders.
And there you go. Another Panzer IV battle group.
Ready for action.
Available to arrive to the front line.
Standing by.
And quick to be upgraded here with Schützen. Further arming them up. It's the name of the Reich. These Panzer IV Ausführung J, or Model J, which were basically easier to produce amongst other things, as one of the main primary purposes. They also, though, lost the small electric motor that actually turned around the church in theory on. They were actually slow to turn around, there in reality were, but not reflected in game. They also actually had a larger fuel tank instead, though that never really amounted to much because by that stage the Germans were heavily lacking in it. So that was a bit too little too late. Also the armoured skirts were actually replaced with wire mesh, so that way perhaps try and deal with bazookas and the likes. Looks like all Panzer IV shifting over to the west flank. Yeah, Panzer IV not seeing much. Panzer IV's arriving. Actually they're getting a good shot. A Ken there for joining in. Puma moving up. Veterans for close to 25. No intact tank guns ain't enough for the mech. Oh, there we go actually. Medic seems to have gotten one. And there you go. Panzer IV taking heavy fire. Anti-tank gun turning up as well. Need to be careful there, loiter. 4-6, 4-6.
Prepare yourselves. Incoming fire. Relay orders.
Each other seems to be no great efforts from here to actually move towards it. In fact, they seem to have actually blocked it off. Curious. There you go, we got the dual LM. Oh, that's the other gun unit. The duals are actually moving up here. Heavily equipped there with light machine guns. Heavily.
Send orders.
Oops. Things have certainly slowed down a bit. It's getting a bit more with just a slugger match. There's less manoeuvre, less aggression. The Americans definitely feel a lot more on the defensive here. Not an attempt to break out. Another artillery strike going in. And no attempt to sort of break towards it and secure the points they're forcing the Germans here to split off. There you go, Panzer IV charging in. Striking away there, but failing to make much of an impression. All they're getting very close. That's eventually free. Almost knocked out, almost. Another infantry unit wiped out here for Reek. Lots of artillery strikes going down. Puma getting off a nice hit there as well. And oh, jamming the church reversal again. Yak Panzer IV getting off a shot there. Close to victory too, but at the same time close to getting knocked out. The capture there closing, and there you go. And my apologies, right there, apparently the game had just gotten unstable, and right as I stopped recording to figure out what was causing it, the game crashed on me, so, well, that's the explanation, really. Thankfully I had to stop recording, otherwise I'd risk the entire thing gone corrupt, and I had to re-record the entire thing anyways. Brief explanation out of the way there. My apologies for the technical difficulty. We should be back here without any issues. Nur die Kampf. Yeah, Panzer IV almost knocked out here by a vicious combination of bazookas and other fun things here. Panzer IV here forced back by the bazookas as well, though again with the Schützen a bit harder for the bazookas to do any sort of serious damage on it. Several Panzer IVs, including one very close to victory 3. Interesting enough here, the Americans do have a very nice chance of actually attacking if they were to actually flank, but interesting enough, the Americans seem to have gone increasingly passive and defensive and just sort of hold up in the village instead of trying to move up here and again, trying to hit the German armour from the side. And of course, the current moment, there's a V-25 Puma hiding in the woods. So it'll obviously not be that easy. But finally, some moves towards here, sort of trying to draw away forces, maybe. Either way, good. Bit more manoeuvre is good. I mean, a lot of 2 versus 2 patrols, the reason why maybe you don't cast as much many, at least lately, is it just tends to sort of end up in huge meat grinders without any imagination or real interest in it. Sort of no manoeuvre, no strategy, no tactics, just brute force without much to it. Which tends to get rather boring rather quickly after too many episodes of that. Missing a larger force wing in there. Veterans to 3 Jäger infantry. Pack hard firing. Panzer IVs arriving. Veterans getting repaired there. And there you go, Panther Force moving into the village. Need to be forcing there. Jackson and bazookas, though none of them can make much of an impression. Harder firing. Jaeger Force moving up there. Yeah, lobbing up there, Sepharim. Not good, not good. Puma moving in as well. Artillery sight going in. How's their firing? Oh, Sean firing is all this. And there you go, Jackson close getting knocked out. There you go, wiped out. Infantry are getting murdered. Oh, Sepharim's taking heavy losses. His blob has turned into, well, a blob of meat. Heavy infantry losses there. He lost a lot of men. Several squads were wiped out in the process. I don't think he can keep affording those kind of losses. We're seeing another Jackson there from Dots. Shown here, though, is veterans. If free, that's definitely going to help it have a high rate of fire. Though we are seeing the Americans now also blobbing up with a bazookas. Not really good either to imagine him. No use of cover then. And so no attempt at dispersing them, so they become a bit hard to knock out. There you go, Panther 4 getting up some good hits. Then the name is the Reek. Firing away. Could also call in artillery strike on the hold if you wanted to. Shots flying, getting close to Veteran Default actually, which would actually mean an increased range and accuracy. Another nice shot there from the Jackson. Panther 4 needs to be careful. 4-6, 4-6. Puma not looking to guard down. That in fact would be a good choice for the Americans if they were sort of pushed forward, so they would actually have a chance of knocking out a lot of the Germans' most veteran vehicles and armour. And losing that Veteran 3 Panther, close Veteran 4 and the Veteran 5 Puma would be a huge blow there to the Germans. In particular since the infantry is not really holding up too well at the moment. It rather seems like the Americans are actually again they're basically falling back on the village, so they seem to be slightly shifting things over towards here. Jaegers are getting a nice ambush there on the lieutenant and friends. Almost wiping them all out. And I suppose some explosions here could have indicated a booby trap, which is never a bad idea. But the Americans need to get on the offensive here. They can't hold back. Need to somehow shift things in their favour. Instead of just being on the receiving end of a Panzer Fist. But over to Sepharim here, he's getting just more and more Jaeger infantry. Lots of Jaeger. Panzer rolling into the village here, close to Veteran 2 for this Jackson. Bat knows if it hits that. That's going to mean a higher rate of fire, which is always something you want to avoid on any enemy tank destroyer. In particular, something as vicious as the Jackson with its high damage. There go larger Germany force moving over here, trying to capture that spot. And there you go, the dual LMG orbitals down, just tearing into them. More Jaeger for reaching veterans of high kinds. Another shot there on the Sherman, looks like she's going down, striking down on the Major and friends. Nasty barrage there. Slowly peppering up with the pressure here, Panther forming again. There we go, Veteran D4, higher range, higher accuracy, but needs to get away before it gets knocked out. Another Jackson, another. Entering up, getting stopped here by a variety of machine guns and other things. Looks like some units down here got absolutely murdered out. Smoke. Wonder who laid that down. That's probably the Americans though, since the Germans can't lay down a smoke screen like that.
LEFG 18 howitzers stand ready to fire.
Nega Veteran G5 Volksgrenadiers with a Browning. And back here to Dots. His forces not looking too good at all. He suffered quite a bit. He's got one Jackson heavily damaged. He just lost his lieutenant as well. He really needs to replenish some of those infantry losses, and certainly one is wondering if maybe he didn't make the wrong commander choice there, if there might not have been another one which might have benefited a bit more in the long and short term. There you go, Panther's moving in. We are nothing by the way, high explosive rounds on them. Shoot in theory increase the damage. Assuming they haven't got a hard time actually heading anything, which rather makes that point sort of moot. But there you go, both Panther 4 2, but there you go. Oh, Clouds are getting knocked up, looks like he escaped, looks like he'll escape. Jackson's firing, Sherman's firing. He's got another bulldozer Sherman though, Mr. Medic. I think that might have been a bit much. Oh dear, bad move there for the Panzer IV. Smoke going down here from the Sherman. Allowing the Panzer IV to escape. But no, Jackson moves in, heavily damaged, and gets knocked out. Veteran Panzer IV was able to turn target fast and knock it out, but his deck also got knocked out. Oh dear. Heavy losses amongst all troops at the moment. But the Americans are very much struggling. And the veteran Panzer IV there, the Panzer VIII at this stage close. Moving forward over the officer, which allows you to get most out of this weapon range bonus, by the way. Getting out some good shots there, 21 kills. Jackson, by the way, abandoned. That's no good. Looks like then the Yak Panzer took care of it. Nice shot there. Looks like more artillery. Jackson moving up to him with the Panzer IV. And there you go. Heat rounds up. And he's actually moving in to deal with it. A brave move there. And fucking up there on the howitzer. Trying to get it. Can he hit? There we go. Howitzer wiped out. Larger Jaeger force moving up there from Sepharim. Infantry having an issue there. And Veteran G4 for these gentlemen. While the Panzer IV pulls back, but extremely close to Veteran G5. Which allows to see further, but also actually fire better on the move. More infantry moving up there, but Dots here is practically combat ineffective. He's got nothing to hold back the army, he's got no access to anti-tank guns either, for example. Seems all he's got left is a Sherman. We do see the 105mm Sherman there just really tearing into those Germans. Almost 50 kills here. And a high rate of fire. But can't seem to hit for some reason all of a sudden. And there you go, Panzer IV blazes in, knocking out Shermans and tank destroyers left and right. Getting several vehicles there with his seat rounds. An audacious move. The other Panzer IV getting ready to move as well. The Puma just tearing into those armies as well. And there you go, jamming the turret traversal. Panzer moves up. More units wiped out. Can he get Veteran G5 on this Panzer IV? And there we go, Veteran G5, a Panzer IV ace. More Panzer IVs while they arrive, another battle group there. And there goes Sherman kaput. The Panzer IV reaching Veteran G3. Quite a bit of armor here assembled by the Germans. Sherman there close to getting knocked out. Can the Panzer IV get it? There we go. There we go. Damaged engine. One more shot. One more shot. Vorwärts, Friedrich. There we go. Out of control. Looks like he pulled back his ace. There you go, back for repairs it would seem. But the Americans seem to be utterly shattered here. Barely any forces operational. The second Yak Panzer IV by some miracle still operational. And the Panzer IV getting victory too. And there you go, the Puma also doing alright. Mortally called in, the village centre is basically gone. Over to medic. And now the Americans seem to be pretty much lacking in anything to stop the Panzers. Veteran G5 Jaeger, those Jaeger infantry definitely proved to be Might on the longer term here for Sepharim, so only allows him to kill a lot of Americans. Another Jackson. Though it might be a bit not much there to try and hold back all the Germans, in particular with all the veteran panzer crews that Reek has managed to build up. A very nice sight there as well. 3 Panzer IVs with Schützen. Rather than advancing straight into the Jaegers' line of fire.
Pull everyone back. We're down to 10 points.
10 points left. That's what, sorry. And there we go. Game over. A loss for United States of America. The 1st Armoured Division shattered here by the Germans, by the Reich, by the 2nd SS, by the elite armour, amongst other things. There was also that Puma, the Jagdpanzer IV as usual. Well, in this case, it actually managed to do something, but you know, if you compare it to the Panzer IVs, they rather did a lot more of anything. Either way, though, pretty interesting match. I mean, we saw some good initial manoeuvres there. The Americans were really able to overpower the Germans. There's some slight issues there with unit competition. Also, probably because Sepharim there was a bit behind, but the Germans were able to come back, strike back. The flak half-track certainly did its part, the Puma as well. All was done later on, adding in a bit more, and then the elite armour certainly gave some serious breathing space there for the Germans. And certainly allowed them to seriously turn things around, while the Americans sort of slowly began more and more struggling. They become more and more passive. They began basically holding up in the village, which only made it easier for the Germans to control the rest of the map and sort of strike around wherever they wanted, which was really one of the major issues there for the Americans. They got too passive. They got too timid. They should have begun getting more aggressive. They should have tried flanking more, outmaneuvering their opponent more, instead of just basically sitting out, becoming easy targets for the Panzer IVs, the Pumas, and whatnot. I certainly also feel they should have tried consider at least maybe getting some anti-tank guns up, or say for medic, maybe consider getting some Wolverines so that way have some numbers, some speed to that way handle a bit the Germans as well, but that rather again did not happen. The 105 mm Sherman was definitely a good move, but beyond that there was a bit sort of lacking there, and certainly they might also want to sort of strike down on the Jaeger infantry a bit more with some more regular Shermans, but that's another story. So some nice play, but again, as things progress, things fell a bit apart there for the Americans. The Germans held up quite nicely. Some good use of abilities there by Sepharim and his teammate Mr. Reek. Good use there, good use there. That also helps quite a bit, and the Americans definitely were lacking there. A bit of smoke, but there could definitely have been more. There could also have been grenades. There could have been a lot more for them. And certainly also feel there that Mr. Dots here could have chosen a better commander, since, well, he didn't make much use of it at all. So the question is if he might not have used another one, which could have benefited him much more in the longer run. As a slight thought there, in particular, since he also had a full selection of all the drop commanders for the Americans. So that's a small thought there for later consideration there. But definitely some nice use of the Panzer IVs that are available to the Oberkommando West. A bit tricky to get on their hands on, but in the longer run they'll definitely do a lot more than the Wehrmacht Panzer IVs, and can certainly lay down some vicious strikes there. Certainly this one proved that with its Veteran 5. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone, or if not, you know, donate to the Propagandacast via PayPal. That's always an option, or if you feel not like that, you could always turn off that block. Otherwise, you know, feel free to send in a replay or provide feedback in the comments. That is always welcome. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and hope to see you all again another day. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.